I'm here with Dr. Frank Loffer, who is the medical director and the executive vice president of the AAGL, and he is also a faculty member, associate professor in obstetrics and gynecology at the University of Arizona, which is the area where he practices. And what we would like to do for this interview is to talk a little bit about the AAGL, working with other organizations such as the ISGE for common goals. So I'll ask Frank to give us his ideas about organizations working with the AAGL, because we are very interested in that.
Well, the AAGL is the first organization to become interested in gynecologic endoscopy. Spawned a large number of local societies, and it's always been our endeavor to work with the local societies to advance endoscopy. We have a mutual interest. The ISGE is not a local society, it's an international society. And likewise with them, we feel that anything we can do to work with them to be supportive of gynecologic endoscopy will help us all in our specialties and also help the patients we treat.
Both the organizations, the AAGL and the ISGE, have been really interested in advancing endoscopy worldwide, not only in individual countries of North America, but everywhere. And I'd like to ask Frank what he thinks we can do together, whether it be training in the developing world, or whether it be putting on programs together, because the ISGE, I think, is very interested in this area.
Well, clearly the two organizations have paralleled themselves in many respects. The ISGE has an international training program, which the AAGL does not have. We certainly have a larger organizational structure behind us, which offers some advantages to us. Our meeting, which is held annually each November, is the largest endoscopic meeting and therefore attracts the exhibitors in large numbers, which of course are an interest. How do we work together? Many of the people that are involved in the two organizations are the same. The players tend to be the same in all categories. I think that we work together by being supportive of each other's meetings, not competing. The ISGE meets in the early part of the year, we meet in the latter part of the year. I think these are two of the most obvious ways that we complement each other.
One of the things that the ISGE has never had is a permanent home, because we've tended to sort of move as the secretary moves or the treasurer moves. And the AAGL has a permanent home in Southern California. And my thought was always that it might be possible for the AAGL to offer the ISGE an opportunity to not necessarily move in with the AAGL, but for them to provide some of the services that we as a small organization can provide, but they as a large organization can provide very easily. Do you think that ever would be possible?
Yes, I do. We are very fortunate in having our own building and our own staff, which numbers 15 full-time people. So we have the facilities, and we do support other organizations. We support the fellowship in the ASRM, AAGL Fellowship in Gynecologic Endoscopy. We support the ISGE, we support a foundation. And those are all separate organizations. They're not part of the AAGL. And I think it's quite feasible at some point, if the ISGE were looking for, as you noted, a permanent home, that could be successfully accomplished.
Yeah, I think that would be a nice change for us, because it has been quite costly for a small organization like the ISGE to keep changing its location. And we have a lot of overlapping members, particularly in the United States, so it would seem like a logical thing for us to consider. What do you think is the way forward for the two organizations to work together?
Well, I think one of the, although there's a great deal of merit to what you're suggesting, the problem, of course, is that the ISGE doesn't want to see itself as being taken over. That's certainly logical, but it would be separate. How can we accomplish that? I think the initiative has to come from the ISGE. I think for us, as the largest organization in the world, to sort of insist that you talk with us is not exactly appropriate. But as you know from past experience, we've been willing to listen, and hopefully on several occasions now, as you well know, we've made efforts to work together.
Oh yes, I think that you've been very helpful in terms of trying to initiate a dialogue between the two organizations, and I would like to see that continue, and perhaps the new officers will take that seriously and take it forward. But I'd like to thank Dr. Loffer for giving us time to be interviewed, and I hope that this is the beginning of many opportunities for us to talk together.
Jack, thank you
Thanks.
very much.